Hi, I am Snag. This is my garbage baseball team. Welcome to what will be a very depressing episode of Big Red Machine. I hope you have had a fantastic holidays, whatever holidays you celebrate with your loved ones. Um, yeah, this season has sucked ass. Thanks for watching. No, so the last time we were here, we were doing the preseason episode. We haven't done any since then, so we got a lot to cover in this episode. We have the draft to talk about, and try to do some sort of damage control on what the actual fuck has happened with our team. Um, and it's this is the cruel mistress that is out of the park baseball. Sometimes, we came into the season with moderate expectations, 80 wins, challenging for a playoff spot, and here we are on the 7th of July, and we're 29-61, the second worst team in baseball. Um, no chance to make the playoffs. We'd have to go what 50-20? No, even then that's we'd have to go like 55-15 the rest of the way to have a chance. Um, it everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. I mean, we had a team that had one of the best offenses in the National League last year. 15th in runs scored, 15th in batting average, 16th in on base percentage, 14th in OPS, 16th in batting wins above replacement. And the only real change we made to our lineup was we added Cody Modesty. And I thought we improved our left field with, we started with John Bonney. We tried everyone under the sun there. Bonnie, Zavarella, Andrade, who was playing against. Like, it's just everything we have done has gone wrong. Which, and bless the hearts of the owners in the Discord who, will say it's just bad dice rolls. It's just bad dice rolls. You're on the wrong side of variance this year. But I cannot escape that feeling that I have done something wrong. So this is the one part where I'm going to talk about the schedule. I've said everything I need to say about the schedule in the Discord. And bless Mike ABC's heart. He put a lot of effort into the schedule, and on paper, it looked like a really good idea. We got saddled with a 24 game away streak late in April. So there's 6 there, 7, 8, 9, 12 is 21, 22, 24 game road streak in the end of April and the majority of May, of which we lost a lot of games in a row here by a lot of runs to some really good teams. Arizona's a good team. Arizona's a good team, having a down year as well. Boston's having a great season. Anaheim's always tough. Philadelphia's always tough. Defending World Series champions. Cleveland is on the come up. So this was not an easy road trip either. Like, we were not playing cupcake teams in here. Houston, who is improving as well. Colorado, always a tough team, especially when you're in Colorado. So, like, not only did we get hit with a 24 game road streak, we got hit with a 24 game road streak against really good teams, of which we lost. I think we lost 11 in a row here. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 in a row. I think we only won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we went 6-18 on this road trip, and it tanked our season. I lost 6 points of fan interest, which has just decimated our accounting. We are now in financial trouble for the rest of this season. It will have an impact on our budget for next season. We're looking like we're going to lose about $16 to $20 million of budget room. this season, to put it nicely, this season could have catastrophic impacts on the rebuild of this team. Because I thought we were in a good spot to push in, which is why I traded for Cody Mondesi. It's why I signed Ken Jacobson. It's why I traded for Ryan Agostino. It's why we spent money on McPherson and Zaccone and traded for Eli Stutz. And, we thought, hey, we're in a good spot. Let's add to this team. And we've turned up just every turn has been piles and piles and piles of dog shit. It is frustrating. It makes me question a lot of things, especially, whether we want to continue down this road. That's what this game can do to you. This game can, just when you think things are going well, this game absolutely humbles you to the point where you want to give up. And, there was a period there in the May, June area where I just gave up checking the team. Screw it. Go in, throw my injured guys on IL, export, don't care. It's tough. It's a tough battle. And, what it really comes down to at the end of the day is we have 32 really good, knowledgeable managers, of which the knowledge gap, I'm not ashamed to admit, I'm definitely in the bottom tier of game knowledge. And maybe that plays a factor into, the results from this season. But at the end of the day, those 32 teams are at the mercy of the ones and zeros that the game provides. So, we soldier on. We move forward. We've made some trades. We've cut bait with, a lot of, well, not a lot of, but we've cut bait with some players that we just, were expiring or whatever. Let's see. We acquired Dusty Lund. That was just for some outfield depth, somebody with a little bit of range in case we were worried that Everett Ledford was going to be out for a long period of time, but he was only out for a short period of time, so that was good. We get to June. Okay, so we made some trades here, so let's go through and see. So we traded Agostino. Now this one hurts because we gave up a lot to get Agostino. We gave up Luke Engel, Aaron Kroll, Scott Rothman, who was probably the one of this I'm going to regret. He's having a great season in Double-A in the Nats org with 21 homers on the season. Daniel Contreras, he's having a great season there as well. Like, I look at this, it makes me fucking sick. And then we end up, he doesn't want to re-sign with us, was never open to it at any point of the season, which sucked. So we moved him. And we got, Coltrane Wiggins, who has come in, has hit well, could be a nice little V left catcher option for us. We got Arnudis Maya, who is, 16, so he's got a long way to go, but does have corner outfield potential in here, which is nice. If he gets to the 60, 55, 55, that could be good. That could play. Maybe a bench bat, maybe a platoon guy. He looks like he's going to be significantly better against righties. So, and Miguel Pena, who we kind of took a chance on, he's hurt. He has a torn labrum, so he's out for like 5 more months. But we took a chance on him. Could be a back of the rotation guy. He's got a nice pitch mix. 55, 70, 50. We'll see. This one again is just dicey. But again, we took a loss on that one. That one hurt. We gave up Palomino, who was the guy we signed in the offseason. He was actually pitching pretty well for us, had a 2.82 ERA across 22 and a third innings. We traded him for cash to get him off the books. We returned J.C. Roberson to the Orioles. He kind of started hot and then fell off the cliff a little bit, and we needed the room. And then a couple more trades that we've made. We traded Ezra Behringer, who, again, we've had him for a while. He's been with us for a few seasons. He was a guy that we signed as I think this was the guy we got from Detroit, right? We got him from Detroit way back for $750K. He did spend a significant amount of time on the IL, but was pretty good for us when he was in there. He had that initial 152 ERA across 30 innings, threw 103 innings for us in 2030. Only threw 40 for us last year. Again, he missed all of 2029 due to injury. But again, for a guy that, he's my big thing with him. He's getting up there in salary. And again, free agent at the end of the year. So we try to get what we could get. We got a couple players back from Houston. Landon Morandi, who has an interesting defensive profile in the outfield, could be a power guy, might need some TCR love to be relevant. And Jeremiah Musgrove, who I really liked, has again not much of an arm, but he can, for now, he would probably be serviceable in center field if we needed him. Has some good speed. Again, his things, he's probably not going to hit enough to be viable, unless he gains some range, which we know that just never happens in this game. So we got a couple of questionable bodies there. We'll see what happens. Hopefully one of those two guys can get some love. And then the last trade we made, we traded Coleman Bazin to the Phillies, getting Wyatt McCafferty back, who gives us another catcher option. Hits a little better against lefties, solid defensive profile with the 70 ability and the 50 arm. Has been hitting pretty good. Couple of good seasons of hitting in AAA for the Phillies org. We also got Adrian Weeks, who is a 24-year-old guy who he'll need a little bit of love. Again, there's some room for the velo to jump here. I'm a little less leery of like 24, 25-year-old pitchers. I feel like pitchers have a little bigger dev window sometimes. Again, he'll need some love to be, major league relevant, but we'll see. And we got Kip Mullins, who was just kind of an additional body that, we took on in this deal. He's going to pitch in the bullpen for us, and we'll see how it goes. Hey, he's got a couple of rings, so he's got some pedigree there. So yeah, we've made some moves, and it's all hands on deck now, racing to the bottom of the standings where we currently live in second last. Only the White Sox have a worse record in baseball. It's been disappointing. Our offense has been disappointing. Segura's been disappointing. I mean, I know he has 18 homers and 47 RBIs, but after the season he had last year, where he hit 47, only on pace for 32. Cody Mondesi on pace for one of his worst offensive seasons of his career. You see, he has not had less than 40 homers since 2025. He's had 48, 52, 60, 49, 53. He is only on pace for 32 at this point. Yeah, just utter disappointment. Redford Jones, big setback for a guy who was in the top 3 in Rookie of the Year voting. We called Norrell Carlson up. He's still adjusting to the big leagues. He has not been great. I think he's been pretty good at second base, which is nice. So he's definitely improved our second base defense, which is very solid. Jaden Krause, who was lighting the world on fire. Again, nobody's doing anything good on this team. I honestly, I probably will not make a tier list video for this team because everybody's just going to be in the D bracket or worse. There have been no redeeming seasons that I'm happy with. Nothing has gone right. It's just been brutal. If we take a look at some of the seasons that we're having within the minors, I think we'll just use this. So Vince Thompson was on the fast track. You see, he has improved nicely. His V right profile is very nice at this point in time. I'm loving this. And he still has some room to go. He still has 15 points of contact and a little bit of home run power to snake in there. Unfortunately, he's hurt. He has missed the last 3 weeks with a strained groin, has another week left. And considering that we're absolutely fucking out of it, there's probably zero chance I'm going to bring him up and waste service time. Unless I mean, I know this is the only thing that worries me is he wants to be in the big leagues. Um, so maybe when September call-ups open, it's August call-ups now, right? So maybe we give him a shot. But even then, starting his service time for a team that's going to lose 110 games, maybe not the best idea. TJ Nickerson is a guy who has kind of popped onto the scene this year. He has, TCR'd a little bit. He was a 12th rounder of ours last year. But he has ballooned up into the home run power eye. He's got DH potential. I like what I'm seeing here. He's not having a great season with the bat, but I do like what I'm seeing in terms of his potential increases. We'll see if those turn into actual increases. And we'll talk about Andres Figueroa when we go over the draft. Carlson's on the big league club now. That's pretty much it. In terms of like minor leaguers that I'm really excited about. San Juan continues to just not be good enough to be. I mean, he's great in the minors, but I just don't think he's going to have what it takes to be on the big club. Again, he's having another good season. He's 10-5 on the season across 2 levels. He's pitching well, but I mean, maybe we give him a shot just to see. Talking about the draft. Can we get the draft? Is this the easier way to get the draft log? That might be something that is better done on TGS. So let's go in. So we went through the draft as well. We were picking 8th. Now, this was interesting because I would say in reality, there were a couple of guys in here that I really wanted. I think Jeremiah Turney was a guy that I was hoping was going to fall down to me, which didn't. The Dodgers snapped him up. Meehan was a guy that I was hoping would fall down. Didn't. Even Gareth Jones, who I had personality issues with, but I mean, you can't look at his defense and be upset. I probably would have taken him, I think, personality aside. Yeah, so we ended up with Andres Figueroa, who I am happy with. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy with this pick. He was not the guy that I wanted coming into the draft, but I would like, I like what we got here. He does have a really solid hitting profile. Again, if he hits this 70, 60, 60, 45, 50, that's a great hitting profile for a corner outfielder. He's a guy that could hit, 290 with 20 home runs, 25 home runs. He has plus defense in the outfield. At the number 8 spot, I'm very happy with Andres Figueroa. I'm a huge fan. He's already almost fully developed. I mean, he's very close. He's hitting pretty well in Double-A so far. He did have a short span, a 1 week in High A there. So again, if we were in it, if we were contending, he's probably a guy that I would look at bringing up. To improve our lineup a little bit. But again, at this point, he's looking at next year and potentially being part of the a new look outfield for us, which would be just fantastic because we're going to need it. Some other interesting picks. So I was happy to get Tommy Waldy. Again, I don't know. I wanted a pitcher. I hate this profile because we have it with Newland Boyle and it's just not working. But there is some velo room here. He's only 94, 96. He does have 15 potential to gain on the 15 ratings points to gain on the fastball to reach his potential. So we could see the stuff, maybe TCR up to 50, 70, 60. That Cornelius Cobb kind of profile would be good. I mean, Cornelius Cobb's having an absolutely just dynamite season. former Red. He's absolutely so he's got that 50, 70, 60. He's 11-2 with a 3.09 ERA. I mean, Cornelius Cobb's always been really good. You look, he's been a great pitcher, ever since we got rid of him, of course, because we were probably doing something wrong. Anyway, if he could get a little bit of TCR love into the 50, 60 range, that would be just fantastic. Bram Vanderhorst is a 16-year-old 75 infield range shortstop. This was a very eclectic European draft for me. I have picks from the Netherlands, Germany, Poland. I think I got a Slovak in here somewhere. Yeah, it's good. I like Vanderhorst. Again, 16. He's got a long way to go, a long way to grow. Can play the outfield, can play the infield. We'll see if that bat develops at all. Francis Roca, I like. Again, this was just kind of getting a catcher option. Again, maybe he gets up to 60 power with 65 catcher ability. I'd like that. Martin Jelena, who I think was the Polish guy that we got. Oh, he's from America. Another defense first shortstop option. Again, really trying to bolster our defensive choices. Kyan Guzman was a guy that I was glad to get. Again, a more defensive first kind of guy. I don't remember why I took Archie Bogovich. This is probably where I stopped caring. And really, there's nothing super notable down here. There's Maciej Bochenek from Poland. There's Vaclav Antisik, who I think was Slovak, Czech. He's from Czechia. Again, we're just pilfering the European ranks here. Not much else of note. I feel like this draft was a little bit down from the draft in the year before. Again, easy to say when we're picking 8th instead of 2nd, but we will see. Again, I'm excited about Figueroa. Hopefully Tommy Waldy can turn into something, but we will see. I expected this to be a really long, drawn-out video, but you know what? I got through pretty much everything I wanted to. We're into the last 3 months of the season. Some very interesting battles starting to shape up. The AL is wild. I mean, you have the top 10 teams all within 10 games still. And some of these teams down here, I mean, you never count out the A's. The A's are ever dangerous. Cleveland's having a really good season. I mean, the NL definitely not putting on their best showing. Already have a very good amount of separation here. Atlanta's once again decimated by a Jake Schmidt injury. That might tank Atlanta's season. We'll see if they're able to pull themselves back in. But the AL definitely going to be very exciting to watch down the stretch. Really nothing in the way of super outstanding seasons to keep an eye on either. I don't really think there's any. I haven't looked too deep, but I don't think we have much for records in jeopardy. Yeah, but we'll see. Boston putting on an absolute great season, and obviously Kansas City, the AL plant, moved to the NL, dominating. So we'll see how it goes. I probably won't make another episode until the season is over, and we will do what I'm sure will be a very disappointing 2031 retrospective. And again, I don't know if I will make a tier list for the season because it would be really boring to watch me give everybody C or worse. Because at this point, there is no shot I find somebody on the team to put in the A or the B columns. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying your 2031 seasons more than I am. And until next time, keep swinging for the fences.